doesn't know what a woman is, and if 25 years ago...
White women don't have to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is to tell you about real women.
25 years
They care for your baby.
25... Just a hysteria and hyperbole there. There's much more of that lefty losing it madness, but I won't subject you to it because this next bit is even better. Remember Don Lemon? Before CNN sacked him, he's back doing vox pops and being laughed at by the good folk in Jersey and Atlantic City. First he tries to shame Trump backers by suggesting they're sexist.
Who do you support? I'll plead the fifth.
Trump for the win.
Tell me why.
I can't really call that right now, but I just feel like she's not good for president. She's good vice, but not for the actual lead role for the country.
Does it have anything to do with being a woman?
No. No, because I feel like women, nah, you're not going to give me that.
The money's on Harris.
Yeah.
Who do you want? Trump. Why don't you like Harris?
She don't have any experience.
She's the vice president. She's a senator.
No experience. No.
It doesn't get any better when Don talks to women.
I want Donald Trump. I just feel we need somebody that has a stronger background with the military and the world in general.
She was a prosecutor, and an attorney general, and a senator, and a vice president.
Is it there to learn what voters think or to lecture them about why Harris is better? This next interaction is frankly bonkers.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy is actually better under Biden. No, I'm serious. That's what the facts show.
Okay, you know what?
No.
Imagine telling a grown man he's wrong about being better off 4 years ago because Don's figures say so. No wonder they laughed in his face. That sort of fall will see Don Lemon elevated to the lefty losing it Hall of Fame. And here's one last clip from his time in New Jersey.
Trump or Harris? Trump. That's who's going to win. That's who's going to win. Who do you support? I support Trump. All the people that came to this country legally, it's not fair that they're letting all 10,000 to 15,000 people, 20,000 people here illegally. Did you know Biden was flying them in? Did you know Biden was flying them in?
I got to get out of Atlantic City. Where are we going to next?
Now watch this totally authentic interaction between Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. They won't do any interviews, but they will provide content like this. Here, Tim worries that his white guy tacos, his words, not mine, he worries that his white guy tacos won't be spicy enough for Kamala.
Like I have white guy tacos and
What is
like
that,
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What do you do?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's okay. Do you
Yeah.
put any flavor in it?
No. Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand my food now.
Oh dear. Now here is the real Kamala in the days before every word was carefully scripted. Now I've heard her say some crazy things, but surely she would never snatch a patent.
I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. It's the question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
She's got the will, people. Watch out. How very communist of her. Now back to CNN, and yes, they are among the Democrats' most enthusiastic propaganda outlets. Here they are telling the American people to forget about the high prices, the illegal immigration crisis, crime. Just feel the joy. There's so much joy.
Brian, go ahead.
I think Trump is jealous of the joy right now. There's so much anger coming from Trump's speeches. Joy is real and it's important. People can make fun of it and say focus on the policy. But if you ask political scientists and psychology professors, they'll tell you the emotions matter in politics.
Yes.
Sometimes they matter a lot more than the policies. And that's, I think, the big story this week.
Yes, Brian. If you ask political scientists and psychology professors, they'll tell you emotions matter. The Nazis knew that too. They loved the joy message. Theirs was strength through joy. And their propaganda arms were just as enthusiastic about gaslighting the nation. And talk talking about gaslighting the nation, here is our own national broadcaster, the taxpayer-funded outlet that receives more than $1 billion of Australian taxpayer money every single year. And just watch and marvel at this completely fair, balanced, and not at all hysterical rant from one of the ABC's highest-paid journalists.
Donald Trump poisoned American politics in a new way. He's clearly taken America to a dark place. Do you also hold him responsible for the dark place that he took your family to with the terrible attack on your husband in your home?
Yeah, that was Sarah Ferguson last week interviewing former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. The Trump derangement syndrome remains off the charts of the ABC, and Ferguson and her overpaid underworked team seem to have learnt nothing from their previous failures. Remember the three-part series we treated to on the Trump-Russian collusion hoax? Yeah, they've learnt nothing. Though Kamala refuses to do an interview, she did for just a minute answer a question without the benefit of an auto cue, and it did not go well. Here she is asked about how she plans to pay for these policies she's announcing. See if you can work out the phrase her advisors clearly drilled into her head.
In terms of the tax credits, we know that it's a great return on investment. When we increase home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools, again, return on investment. I think it's a mistake for any person who talks about public policy to not critically evaluate how you measure the return on investment.
Return on investment. In the full clip, she said it 4 times in about 40 seconds. It's like a kid cramming for an exam. Just keep repeating it until it sinks in. And the Democrats' National Convention has started, and shops are boarded up, police are out in force. But the real lunacy is inside the venue. The Democrats have announced on their official Dem Convention TikTok page that these content creators will be present.